Hey, everyone. Oh. Someone texting you to see how well this was? How good this did? I feel like I'm hungover and I didn't even fucking drink.
That's what we need. We need to go to the bar.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Bruno Mattei show.
Exactly. We're going to be talking about ponies today for some reason. Some reason he did a pony movie. Look, man, like, I'll just come right out and say at the beginning, like, I'm not the audience for this.
Right. Neither one of us really is.
Yeah, no, I've seen two things to go along with My Little Pony, because I didn't watch the show when I was a kid, and I haven't seen the new show either. No. I've seen My Little Pony, the movie, the one from the 80s, and that was just because I did a Snob episode on it a few weeks ago.
Okay, so compare the old one to the new one.
Oh, I'll get to that in a second. I've also seen Equestria Girls for a midnight screenings a few years ago, and now this. In the span of less than a month, I've seen two movies from two different decades that are called My Little Pony the movie, and it makes sense because they might as well be the exact same goddamn fucking movie. You ever see the one from the 80s?
I mean, it was a long time ago. I was a kid. I was a little ADD kid. You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna have to say no, because probably I had it playing in the background, and then I went off and played with toys or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, dude. This one's animated better than the one from the 80s.
Well, yeah.
I'll give it that. The one from the 80s was a pretty tough sit as well, but at least every now and then something randomly gross would happen. Just out of nowhere. There might be someone eating a worm sandwich or stepping on a cockroach that looks like it's filled with all of the fake blood. Yeah, so, but both movies are similar in that an enemy has taken over their festival, or ruined their festival, or whatever, so they have to travel to a few different places, meet different sets of things and creatures.
So is this more of a remake?
I don't know, like, I don't know, maybe there's only so much you can do with a movie that's called My Little Pony the movie.
Right.
There were no trees that came to life in this there were no trees that came to life to this that chased them. There were no giant spiders, so I guess there was that.
That was Lord of the Rings.
The movie was... Yeah, it was My Little Pony as well. Don't worry, Mordor was also in that movie. Oh, yeah, I say that... People are bringing this up in the chat. I say that, I'm not the right audience for this movie. This movie's certainly not made for me. I don't know what fans think of this movie. But at the same time, about everyone else in that theater was our age.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's the sad part. Yeah, no, I'll tell you what. I'll just say that I was a light fan as a kid. And I've seen a couple episodes of Friendship is Magic, and it was charming. It was charming. The episodes I've seen were charming because it's what's her name? I believe her name is Lauren Faust or something like that. She used to write for Powerpuff Girls, and I thought that, and I was a huge fan of that. So
I like Powerpuff Girls a lot.
Yeah. So, that being said, I don't identify as a brony. Okay.
Then why were you furiously masturbating during that movie? It was super uncomfortable, man. I'm just sitting there trying to eat my fucking movie theater food and get through this 90-minute diabetes on film.
I know, right?
Now, admittedly, it was toned down from the short that was in front of it.
Oh, God, yes.
That thing was... Wow.
What the hell was that?
That was sugar incarnate, is whatever the fuck that... There was a short in front of this?
It was supposed to be... I guess it was supposed to be a video game?
I have no idea, man. What that was like a look inside the mind of a kid who's been stuffed with a dozen Snickers bars and force drank like a 12-pack of Jolt Cola. And that's what this short was at the beginning of this. Admittedly, the movie was kind of toned down for that.
Yeah.
From that, but the movie was man. Look, I really wasn't having much of this movie. Honestly, I found a lot of it really obnoxious. It was like being stuck at a fucking party that you can't leave, and the only thing they're serving is Starburst and Skittles, and for some reason the host is on ecstasy. That is what this fucking movie was, and I couldn't leave. Because I guess I'm the fucking designated driver. Like, the movie is... I guess it's harmless. In a way that, like, okay, if you eat a bag full of fun-sized Milky Ways, you'll live, but you'll have a fucking stomach ache when it's over with. Look, that's what I felt like. I don't know how much I can honestly really say about this film, because most of the time, I was drifting in and out, man. I mean, this movie is more ADD than I am, so I would just kind of sit there and rub my eye like, Jesus Christ, is it still fucking going on? Then a song would happen, like, welcome to this town, and I'm like, God, that's my cue to use the restroom. Thank you. And yeah, it's just kind of them going from place to place to place to try to stop the villains. And along the way, they run into this cat that looks like he just got done tricking Pinocchio out of going to school.
Oh, that's what you meant by that. Okay.
Yeah. I leaned over. I'm like, I've seen this cat before. Don't trust him.
I thought he was the cat that sang with Paul Abdul.
MC Scat Cat? MC Scat Cat is too good for this movie. I would kind of like zone out, and when I would come back, they're like on a pirate ship. Right. With some birds. Now we're under the sea.
Right.
Now we're under the sea. Now this yak is got a staff and he's doing shit with the moon that seems like it would destroy the earth. Like, this movie felt like I really felt... Watch, it's so late too. It's like I'm tired. I'm tired and I'm watching this fucking... This movie is like someone trying to offer you a banana split if you're fucking full. So, it felt like I should be watching this at 10 in the morning with Brian, because it's a double feature with that fucking Barbie movie we went to like some months ago.
Huh. I thought his voice sounded familiar. Taye Diggs. Taye Diggs was the cat.
Oh, is he in this?
Taye Diggs was the cat.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard Josh Gad in there. I think. I don't know. This seems like something he would be in. Did you get any genuine laugh out of this movie?
I mean, like I said, the little quirky jokes. Like there was the hungry hippos joke. I was just kind of like, you know, but nothing like, you know, the funniest thing of that movie was us going credits at the most like depressing parts.
That's happened a lot. Like this happened. This happened a lot during the movie, where like something bad would happen and then it would just fade to black, just completely setting us up for credits. Jokes like seriously every 5 minutes in this movie. That happened a lot in the '86 movie too, but it was because they took 10 weeks to animate it, so scenes just weren't done. The most enjoyment I got out of this movie is that you could obviously hear Blade Runner playing in the IMAX screen right next to us. I'm like, man, I wish I was over there watching that movie. But no, I'm in here at My Little Pony at 9:30 at night. So, yeah. So I was taking time out to watch the movie Blade Runner in my head. What you looking at? You looking for the movie script? So you can find out what this movie's
No,
about.
but I am trying to find like which one was the Storm King Grubber. I'm just okay. Liv
Schreiber.
Liv Schreiber.
Right on. Yeah, I mean it had voice talent in it, like the one from 1986 did. Someone asked if we were going to save our tickets. Yes, I'm framing it. Right next to Barbie Starlight Adventure. Yeah, I was at this shit. Why am I bragging about this?
Dude, I want to download the soundtrack so bad.
Oh, no. God. Well, they opened the movie with a pony version of We Got the Beat.
Good Lord, yeah. I forgot about that.
This movie's just like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Can't wait for the abortion scene. This movie is the epitome of kids movies or kids shows or whatever, where something bad will happen and it'll just cut to a random person going, no.
Right,
That's this kind of movie.
Right.
It's an movie.
And actually that's, I don't know, I got kind of derailed earlier, but that was just the thing. I was gonna say that, like, you know, I liked how the show was clever in that sense, like Powerpuff Girls was. But this movie wasn't it. It was just, you know, it was just cute and oh no, and then just every so often you'd get the occasional, you know, little joke here that would make you just go like, I see what they did there, you know, but then it's just back to, you know.
This movie, it's a spoonful of sugar with food coloring in it.
It really is.
And ass tattoos. There is some store in this town that it's taking place in that definitely sells assless chaps.
Because bronies.
I got friends who are... I got a couple of friends I know that are big into the show, and I've never seen it. Look, to each their own. Like, it's from everything I've seen, it's not for me.
But my thing is the bronies kind of kill the fandom. I mean, come on.
I'm pretty sure every movie I've seen in regards to My Little Pony has killed whatever interest I'd have in it. I know that there's a documentary about bronies. I haven't seen it.
Oh, good Lord.
I haven't seen it. I know that's out. I'm pretty sure it's like probably just called bronies. I don't know.
Good Lord. It's like what's worse, bronies or furries? You know.
Again, like whatever makes you happy. You know, like I got a couple of friends who are big into this show, and they're not gonna go out and fuck a pony in the fucking stable or anything like that.
But, well, okay, maybe they're not that bad, but I mean. They're that's actually true. That's actually a legit story. Look it up. Google it.
Well, it's happened, but like, I mean, like, not every Donnie Darko fan wants to fuck a rabbit.
Or do they?
Or maybe. They do seem very depressed. I'm kidding. I like Donnie Darko. It's a good movie.
I did too. I thought it was a good movie. But yeah, no, that was a good joke though.
I don't know how well this movie is projected to do by any means. It really wasn't that crowded in there. There were some adults in there, and there were some sitting in the very back.
Yeah. There were two guys sitting in the very back.
That happened to me when Allison and I were
probably viciously masturbating.
when Allison and I were at the road trip, there was one guy all the way in the back sitting by himself.
Oh God.
I'm pretty sure it was the road trip. It was something where it was like, that's odd. I can only speak on behalf of anyone who's not seen the show or that this movie's not made for. I can only speak on behalf of that. So I guess if you're someone who's like, I want to see what the kids are into, then don't see this.
How do I relate to this 8-year-old?
Yeah, like, don't go see this. This felt so long to sit through. It felt like I was just babysitting someone who wouldn't shut up. Like, if you're a parent and you're taking
me.
No. What? Oh, yeah, because I forgot I have a part-time job as your babysitter.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like you said that you kind of said something along the lines of the Warcraft movie, or
like, both movies feel like, for me anyway, felt like what I would be feeling like if I took if I had a kid and took him to go see it.
I gotcha.
And this was the same. It's like, oh man, like, take your kid to go see Blade Runner. Like, don't take your kid to go see, I mean, if they want to see it, yeah, all right, fine. I mean, it's harmless, sure, but I don't know, just bop them over the head with a 50-pound bag of sugar. They'll get the same experience. So I don't even recommend taking your kid to see this, especially if your kid's 30.
37, okay?
But if you are a fan of the show and you've been watching it for a lot of years, same with the 80s show and everything, I don't know if you'll like this movie.
Yeah,
I don't.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, the couple episodes of the show that I've seen that I thought that I enjoyed, I was ready to give this movie a good shot. And yeah, I mean, like I said, aside from the couple of really, short-lived, clever jokes, there was just too many really cheesy songs and
God. I've seen Equestria Girls, and I know, and from what I hear, that's not a very well-liked movie among the fan base of the show. And I don't feel that much better about this movie than I did Equestria Girls.
I don't really see this really flying very well. But
I don't know. I mean, honestly, it might, because the reviews of this movie aren't bad. Like, from what I've seen, from the consensus I've seen before going into it, it's not getting reviewed like the Emoji Movie did. It's not. I probably had more to talk about with the Emoji Movie, but this movie didn't feel like it was a really soulless product like the fucking Emoji Movie or anything like that.
No,
like,
it's definitely not that.
It didn't feel that. It wasn't an ugly movie like the Emoji film. Yeah, it's been bumped up from the Emoji Movie to the Emoji film now.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes, for the Criterion edition. Why not? Armageddon's on Criterion.
But did the Grundles return?
No, but there are like some, maybe there were some creatures in there that looked kind of like the Grundles. They were in the 1986 one. Okay. I didn't see the Smooze in there. I felt like taking a goddamn Smooze through the fucking thing. Yeah. Oh, that one's for free, My Little Pony movie. Put it on your plaque next to that Hungry Hippos joke. And the Wizard of Oz joke.
Which one was that?
Oh, when, like, we're looking for hippos. Well, we got lions and tigers and bears.
Oh, my.
I did. Stupid. Yeah, no, I don't recommend this movie at all. I found it hugely annoying. I did, but again, to reiterate, I'm not the audience for it. And I'll be upfront many times in saying that. Do you have any final thoughts about this? I don't know what the fuck else to talk about with this movie.
I mean, it's just an awful lot of nothing. Like I said. No, really. Like I said, just an awful lot of nothing, and the occasional, like I said, the occasional joke, like the one you said there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said,
you seem a little more angry than I am.
I'm not angry. I'm just annoyed. I'm just annoyed at this thing. It's like, it is kind of a lot of nothing, because it's like, yeah, just drinking a gallon of sugar water and running laps. It's like, you're not going anywhere.
Right.
What are you doing?
To answer a question, somebody asked who wrote it. Megan McCarthy, Joe Ballerini.
Melissa McCarthy wrote this?
No, Megan. Jenny McCarthy? No.
If you had told me that, I'd have no reason to not believe you.
She's taking a break from her anti-vaccination campaign.
Whatever. This movie's the most pro-vaccination movie I've ever seen in my life. All right. Yeah, I got nothing else, guys. My Little Pony the movie. It was not the most annoying thing I've seen all week, just because I had to sit through Fuller House. But its jokes were about as clever as that 80s show. That's my final thought on the movie. You?
Yeah, save your money.
Try paying for it in Chuck E. Cheese tokens and see if you get it. See ya.